want to ask you some general questions about jiu-jitsu, and then I want to start talking about business and leadership a little bit more specifically. But so you started a studio in Houston, but not, the one we're in right now is not the one you started. It's essentially about twice,
No.
3 times as big, something like that.
So I started in 2010.
Yeah.
Was across the street from whatever we located today.
Yeah.
Was across the street where they have Discount Tire and the Boyer shooting range.
Yeah.
So I opened the first location. Year and a half after I opened, we have 300 students.
Yeah.
So it was like people was canceling because they say it doesn't fit me in a class. I come to the class, I have to go because it doesn't have space.
Yeah.
So at that time, I tried to rent the next door, but they already rent. So I had to rent the next door. So I have two stores and one mall, separated by walls.
And how big is the current gym?
10,000 square feet.
10,000, and plus you've got a Muay Thai studio. You've got phenomenal facilities. By the way, every single time I walk in, I get to see Arizu, who's been with you for pretty much the whole time, right? Yeah. So when you walk in, and I want to let's talk a little bit about jiu-jitsu in general, because I want to tell you a little bit about my perspective as a 47 and a half year. I'm 48 now, but when I started, I was 47 and a half, and it was something I'd been wanting to try for a long time. I was, like I said, I was a college basketball player and always tried to stay in fairly decent shape. But I got to be honest with you, man. And I also like to think that I'm pretty tough, but I was intimidated when I walked in there. I didn't know anybody. I see you, I see Pedro, I see Bruno, I see Kev, I see all these super, super tough looking guys and girls. And I'm like thinking to myself, am I going to just go in there and just get my ass kicked for 6 or 7 months and just get the shit beat out of me? I mean, I didn't know what to expect. And the bottom line is it's not like that at all. Matter of fact, it's the opposite of that. Like, the people that I train with are some of the best quality, nicest people I have ever met in my life. But talk a little bit, Ulpiano, about what you would tell somebody that doesn't have any experience with jiu-jitsu or martial arts, who might be intimidated by coming into a studio with a bunch of really tough, great athletes, and might be afraid. Like, what kind of advice would you give them about that?
First of all, we are not karate studio, so we don't punch and kick.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a warrior because you're not going to get punched. You're supposed to be, don't leave here with any bruises or black eyes. Okay?
Yeah.
And like I explained in the beginning, Gracie Barra, Master Carlos, and the people that run Gracie Barra, they kind of develop a system which make jiu-jitsu accessible for everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you need? No, you know. So Gracie Barra created a system where it's actually, you don't even do the life training till you know what to do.
Yeah.
The biggest cancellations or give up, it's the people that get hurt.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to let you do something that you don't know what to do till you know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a bike on the first day to teach you how to ride a bike. I'm not going to put you, okay, heel down.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it on a flat surface, because if you fall, you can put your foot on the ground and don't get hurt,
Yeah.
And what I say is this is a workout. Jiu-Jitsu classes today is a workout that you can come, have a great workout with something that is not boring, because sometimes go to the gym, lift weight is boring.
Yeah.
And, and also it's a good place to forget for 1 hour about your problems, because everybody's in a good spirit, everybody's in a good mood, and everybody's willing to help each other.
Yeah.
And as far as competition, it's something that you can go against your partner 100% without get hurt. You want to take your stress out, you go to jiu-jitsu class, you come home ready to sleep, And it's a different levels, because some people do just as a workout, some people do because they want to compete. Some people want to embrace the lifestyle, which is to eat healthy because you start to think, to train better tomorrow, I'm going to eat better today.
For sure.
So it's like a gym. Today I'm going to say jiu-jitsu school can be a gym, not all of them, but those ones that have good programs is a facility that you go right there to get in good shape.
Yep.
And then you learn some skills in self-defense. And if you like of a challenge, it's something that you're gonna find love,
It's an incredible experience for a lot of reasons. I don't know if you know this, but when I first started, I had a bad shoulder injury. And it wasn't from jiu-jitsu. I had it before I came in. I couldn't do one push-up, not one push-up for 6 months because my shoulder, my rotator cuff was all jacked up. But I trained anyway. And the thing that I think maybe I didn't realize, and people that aren't familiar with jiu-jitsu don't realize, is you can work around injuries. I mean, there's a way to train. You don't have to go 110% every single time. If you've got a knee injury or shoulder injury or something, you can ease up a little bit, or you can try to do moves and techniques that maybe don't require the use of your shoulder or whatever. But I think what I'm hearing you say, Ulpiano, is the idea that this is like you go in there and people are punching and kicking each other is just not true. I mean, it really is a great workout and kind of more of a team building experience. Let me ask you this question. What would you tell, because the other thing that I didn't realize, which I think is super cool, is I walk into these classes and there's you have 50 kids that are like 4 years to 8 years old, and they're taking classes and they're having a blast. And then I train with, you have people in your school that are in their, I think Pat's almost 60 years old now. You got people that are in their 50s and 60s. So there really is no age limit to jiu-jitsu. You can pretty much start as young as you want. You can train as long as you want.
What I heard more from people is this: why I didn't find jiu-jitsu 20 years ago.
Yeah, I've said that 100 times since I started. That's my big regret.
I get messages, people say, I wish I find this 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's because, again, it's a taboo that people have, that, jiu-jitsu school, you're going to get there, you're going to have cauliflower ears if UFC fight. It's not.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to say it's a church.
A church. Yeah, for sure.
Then you go right there. It's 1 hour that you go. My job is to make sure that 1 hour that you spend at West Chase is the best hour of your day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to my phone, just text message right here. It's a guy that I teach him every week. Okay. So this guy is an executive big time. He just say, unfortunately, my flight get delayed to a mechanical issues. I won't be able to make the class. So he traveled every week right here just to get the class and go back home.
Wow.
He don't even live here.
That's absolutely
because he say is the best hour and a half of my week.
Yeah.
He say I count the minutes to arrive at your school. He used to live right here. He moves.
Yeah.
But he say I will not stop to train with you. So every Friday he has a class with me. But like I say, it's because it's a therapy for him.
For sure.
And that's how it should be for everybody. Master Carlos is 64 years old, in great shape. You think Master Carlos trained with Pedro? No, you're not.
Yeah.
He will train with the older people.
Yeah. Just
to play, to have, like you're going to play soccer. You're not going to play soccer with the college boys. You can't run like that.
Yeah.
Me, you with 40 something, you can run.
Yeah.
So, so you have to adapt your needs to have fun on your terms. You're going to play soccer with your own friends, 40, 45.
Yeah. I mean? Well, I was kind of dumb because I had one of my things I promised myself when I came in is I said, anybody that asked me to roll, I'm not going to say no to anybody. Whoever, I don't care how big, how small, how old, how young. If they ask me, I'll say yes, because I was like, I'm gonna prove myself. But I'll tell you another quick story, Ulpiano. So my best friend in Dallas, he's been my best friend for almost 30 years. His wife is Russian, but she's the biggest American you'll ever meet. He's got a son. And when I started jiu-jitsu, I started calling him up at night after class, and I would be like, man, you have to do this. This is like one of the best things I have done in the last 15 years of my life. You have to give this a shot. And I kept pressing him, and I was pressing my boys, and I was pressing another friend of mine. And now my friend in Dallas, his wife, his son, my other friend in Dallas, and both of my boys are doing jiu-jitsu. And the Russian lady is, she's totally addicted. She's 47 years old and she goes 5 times a week now. They train under it's not Carlos Machado, but it's a Machado jiu-jitsu gym, and they just went out and had dinner because their instructor got his 6th stripe on his black belt recently. But they're totally and completely addicted.